about solutions. So what solutions are public health physicians and doctors groups are calling for both inside and outside the health system to address this dual threat of climate change and of burning fossil fuels?
Yeah, thanks, Sophie. Well, easy. Well, I mean, as a health system and indeed as a society, there's two things we need to do. You need to mitigate, that is we need to decarbonise as quickly as possible, and we're also going to have to adapt. So I'll talk about that. But I mean, mitigation, it's not, we need to phase out fossil fuels as quickly as we can. We have now ignored scientists' warnings for decades. We have left this so late now that it's only rapid decarbonisation that is required to avert the worst. And the modelling from Australia, from the CSIRO and others are suggesting that we need to get to net zero by about 2035. That's what we can do here. So we need a strong 2030 target. And all sectors in the economy, energy, transport, education, health. Health has a big carbon footprint. We need to get our own house in order. Everyone needs to get to net zero. And then to adapt. Because we have left this so late, there are climate changes locked in for decades, and we need to be prepared and resilient for those changes. So that means, for communities, for health systems, looking at what the impacts are, and how can we manage those? How can we be resilient to those? What are the impacts on our communities, on our workforce, on our supply chains, on our infrastructure, and developing plans for that. I mean, I can talk about what we're doing in terms of health, heat, for instance, and other things. But I think from a health perspective, despite this being, as you said, the World Health Organization saying this is the biggest health threat of all, we do not in this country have a national climate and health plan.